What's going on, Revolution family? It's Raphael, aka Versatile. I want to thank you for watching this video. I want to thank you for subscribing. Yeah, thank you to all you subscribers. And if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you do not miss out on any of the video content that we will be uploading on a regular basis that are to do with all things to do within the African and Caribbean diaspora. So if you've got any questions or any subjects you would like for us to discuss, then please leave that in the comment section below. Or alternatively, what you can do is private message us in our social media pages, and you'll find a link to those in the description box. Now, let's get today's video out the way. Let's do this. I'm ready to talk about the subject. Are you ready for this? Right. It's part of the Did You Know series. And did you know this truth about surviving R. Kelly? First and foremost, look, Surviving R. Kelly, it's a documentary, right? Or a documentary series or docu-series. The title alone, yeah, takes it away from the abusers. From the abusers. From the victims. Yeah, it takes it away from the victims. Now, you may say, well, the documentary is about the victims and them talking about what they went through and what they've seen and blah, 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 and XYZ and elemental P. Fair enough, cool. But what's not cool is naming it something like that. You know what I would have done? If I was going to do a documentary, right? Or if I had a documentary idea, instead what I would do is this. I would say, you know what? Because of the subject matter, yeah, it's not about the abuser. Do not popularize the abuser. That's all you're going to do, yeah, if they really are guilty. Even if it's a different level of crime, do not popularize the criminal. What you would do is, or what I would do, sorry, I would say, yeah, surviving child molestation or surviving sex trafficking or surviving, burglar, being burgled or surviving, that type of, those type of stuff. Because then within the documentary, what you're going to hear and learn is about people's own personal experiences, their words. Now, whether they get paid or not, I don't know. In some cases, some do get paid. But the point I'm trying to make is the title alone takes it away from the abuser. I said it again. It takes it away from the people that have been victimized, which is very wrong. Yeah, because sexual misconduct and all that stuff there is very wrong. It's very evil. I say it's evil, but there's reasons behind certain actions. Like everything that happens because of a consequence of something that happened before. That's not putting blame on anything. That's not putting blame on anyone. That's helping you identify what the problem is, which is why, if you really want to solve the problem, yeah, you've got to understand where the root cause is or what the root cause is. If you're going to say, okay, let's look at R. Kelly's situation. Now, look, at the end of the day, if I remember, I could be wrong. I think he was abused as well. And what tends to happen is, look, when you're a child, right, you learn from your environment. You learn from what you go through, whether you like that experience or not. In some cases, you take on those habits when you're an adult. And if someone doesn't tell you right from wrong, especially, in fact, even when you're an adult and you're a man especially, you don't want to hear someone telling you that's wrong. You understand? But even if this is what I don't get, right? If you're friends with someone or you know of someone and you dialogue with them, yeah, and you see that there's something wrong with them, yeah, wouldn't you, yeah, let's be honest, like as a man, like if you're a black man watching this, yeah, as a black man, right, if you heard And obviously this is kind of gossiping, but you know, if you did hear that, oh, that person um was a child molester and stuff like that, wouldn't you speak to that person and say to them, listen, I am going to get you help, especially if they've been abusing young black women, yeah? Wouldn't you, as a black man, yeah, do something about it to solve the problem? Like get one, find out who the victims are and get them help and support, yeah? And then two, get that person who abused them, yeah, support to heal from what they have been through that triggered them to do those nasty habits. Wouldn't you do that? What like think I just want to know, like, would you do that, yes or no? Like, leave your answer in the comment section below. Now, the other thing I want to mention, and I'm going to touch on this in a different video, yeah, so I'm going to touch on this a bit briefly. Like, by nature, what does a woman want? A woman wants a strong man, yeah, mentally, physically, and all that stuff there. Like this is before education, yeah, before academic education. What they genuinely want is a strong man, yeah, and a more like they want an alpha male, basically. That's what they want. They want an alpha male. So they more see older men as alpha male. This is why, yeah, this is why you got now the more young people, more young women having sugar daddies. Like, I don't know what they do with them other than, you know, receive money from them, but what are they doing to receive that money? Do you understand? Like, unless that guy is a really generous giver, then as you get older, you know, you do want something else in return. And most of the time, it's sex, right? So, or at least some sexual activity or sexual play. Now, for men, and also going to mention as well, and yeah, I was going to mention that also women mature faster, so they want a mature guy. Do you understand? Which is usually an older guy. Now, men on the other hand, yeah, from my experience, yeah, this I'm gonna talk from my experience, yeah. What tends to happen? In fact, I can't even say it's my experience because I'm not that old, but they want someone that is usually someone that is younger. You understand? Because they're more fertile. Now, don't get me wrong. When you look at it from another perspective, right? Let's look at it from a perspective of less than 100 years ago, it was legal for a man that's older to marry someone that is 13. That a 13-year-old girl was it was legal to get married. That was in the United States. You can do the research yourself. That was in the United States. I'm not sure about England. Probably was in England. I'm not too sure. But you could do the research yourself and you can correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But if I'm right, then I'm right. So, yeah, it was. In fact, yeah, I am right because even in the interview with, I believe it was The Dream. In what was that interview? I remember him saying it. Funny enough, he was talking that it was talking about R. Kelly as well. The irony, huh? So it's not about justifying it or anything like that. Because again, let's stop believing in rumors. Let's stop. Let's be critical thinkers and ask questions. Was you there? Like, if you were there physically, then fair enough. If you wasn't, then and if you was there physically, yeah, and you were witness, then why didn't you do anything about it then to help that person, the victim or the abuser? Like why? Why didn't you do anything? Were you scared? And here's the other thing: if you're going to continue to believe these type of things, right? Because it seems to me, from my perspective and from my opinion and from my view, that what I'm seeing is some people are easily falling into this trap of, oh well, he or she did that and I don't agree with it, so I'm not going to support them. I no longer like them, or I no longer like or listen to their music or whatever. If it's to do with a musician, I no longer listen to their music. Meanwhile, you got pedophile, like a pedophile ring in the BBC, yeah? Are you ready for this? You got like this, there's been a documentaries made, but hang on. Do you still watch shows from the BBC, like Luther? That was trending as well, you know? And that's from the BBC, yeah? Like, get out of here, man. Like, if you want to continue believing all this crap without being like a critical thinker and all that stuff there. If you're a critical thinker and you come to your own conclusions, then fair enough. But if you do not come to your own conclusion based on the fact of the conclusion you're coming to is because of watching a documentary, or because of reading a newspaper, or because of X, Y, and Z, if you were not there, then I'm not going to say don't care, because it's not about not caring. It's about, the truth is, you want, with a subject like this, you want people to be able to speak out, and you want them to be able to heal. Do you understand? You want the victims to heal and speak out. Like, you would want that, because it shows their strength, and it shows, that, they haven't resorted to doing other negative stuff, which probably they did in the past. I don't know. Up until I don't know. But the point I'm making, you got to understand that there is actual levels to things. Like, it starts off small, then it's big, then bigger and bigger. But then here's the other problem. The problem is bringing up someone else's past, and this is what they've done. They bring up the past. If he, like, look, if it's true that he has done what he has done, then why is he not arrested? Why is he not convicted? And you can say, oh, the US system, justice system or the justice system overall is corrupt. Yeah, it is. In some degree it is, in some degree it's not. It depends. But there are variables. Now here's the other thing I was going to mention. What was I going to mention? Yeah, I was going to mention about the alleged sex tape, or allegedly with R. Kelly and some young teenage girl, right? And I believe they said the teenage girl was like 13 or 14. Now here's the thing. I never watched it, but I'm dialoguing with some people where they said that they have watched the video. Did I just snitch on them? Hell yeah, I fucking did. What are you watching child porn for? Like, if you know that is a child in the video and you think that it's R. Kelly in the video, regardless of whether it's R. Kelly or not, but you know that person's older than the other person, yeah, and that person is a child that they're older than, then raw, you're watching child porn. I don't care about still images or it's been on the internet, it broke the internet at this particular year. I don't care. It's child pornography. Child pornography. Like, stop it. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Stop watching child porn. Because look, you watching child porn, from my research, what I understood is, by watching child porn, you are an accomplice, and that means that you are more than likely, yeah, to be convicted of you get a criminal record, right? And you will be put on a sex offenders list just for watching child porn, or just for having it, or just for distributing it. Like, stop it. What are you doing? Why do you care? Why are you curious to know? Oh, let me see if it's that person. Like, get out of here. Like, seriously, what's wrong with you? Anyway, look, I don't want to drag this video any longer than it should be. The point is, the truth about surviving R. Kelly is the fact of, It's not really about the victims, it's about the abuser. It's about trying to tarnish his legacy as a musician. You understand? The irony is, I saw a post from Tevin Campbell, like he retweeted or something like that, and then he said, he said, I forgot what he said, but anyway, basically the it was with a streaming service. I'm not going to promote that streaming service, but um yeah, like basically they were saying that because of the documentary, the listens have gone up or something like that. Listen, at the end of the day, if someone's guilty or something, yeah, and they done something so bad, yeah, I don't care who you are, you're going to receive that karmic energy. And here's the other thing I'm gonna mention before I get out of here, yeah, karmic energy. Remember, you pointing in at people and saying this person's that, this person's this, this person's that. Just remember this, yeah? Remember this. You have problems as well. You've had a past as well. You've done stuff that you regret. You've done things that people would knock you for. Right? Alright, so just remember, by putting out that energy, yeah, you're going to receive it back. You are going to receive it back. So the more time you put that energy out there, just remember that you're going to receive that energy back. And when you receive that energy back, don't come crying to me for help. I'm kidding. Come crying to me for help and I help you out. Get me? Like wash your karmic energy. Get me? Because end of the day, life is for living. Get me? Life is for evolving. And listen, at the end of the day, the problem needs to be solved. And if you genuinely want to solve this problem of, child molestation and, you know, sexual abuse that goes on within the community worldwide, whether it's within the African and Caribbean diaspora, then I strongly recommend that you actually, click on the link below where it says get involved. And I say specifically join the roles and relationship workshops. Like click on that one, join that one, and you will find out information on how you can actually prevent it from early, because it starts from early. That's all I can tell you that from now. Like it really starts from early. You gotta embed it into the system of a child's mind, and you've got to actually live out. I said this in a different video. But anyway, no, I didn't. Yes, I did. Different channel. I mentioned that you have to be like you've got to be living as how you want your child to live, if that makes any sense. Yeah. So yeah, so as always, yeah, peace. Oh, I'm gonna remind you again. So join that workshop. The link is in the description below where it says get involved. Be part of the Elite Revolution family when you join the online workshops. Like I said, I recommend the roles and relationship workshop specifically to help solve this problem and prevent this problem of child molestation and rapist and sexual abuse within the community worldwide and within the African and Caribbean diaspora, which is technically or scientifically or biologically worldwide. Anyway, so as always, peace, love, and blessings.